It never leaves you. It never leaves you, people. All right. Our next guest is Hope Zvara. Maybe, maybe that could chill me out. Maybe that could take some of the anxiety. Is her trucking yoga, right? She's got the stiff,
exactly.
and she's also created a stiff mother trucker pain relief cream. She's joined us out of Washington County, Wisconsin. Hey, Hope. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, I'm super happy to be here.
We're happy to have you, and I want to thank Shannon Courier, by the way, from St. Christopher. She connected us after coming on the show last time, good friend of the show, and I'd mentioned her. I was like, hey, if you know anyone cool we should talk to, send it my way, and you are one of those cool people.
Well, I'm honored. Shannon is a great friend and a great colleague, and St. Christopher's Fund is one of those organizations, if you're not donating to, you absolutely need to be.
Yeah.
Hey, amen.
Say that again. I'm gonna give that a little cowbell.
Yeah.
So
we go.
How do you get into this wild? So were you like a yoga instructor beforehand, and then you saw truckers kind of like walking weird through rest stops and stuff, and you decided to get involved? And what was the why behind all this?
Absolutely. So my background is in yoga and fitness. I, for 15 years, owned a yoga studio. I had a state vocational school here in Wisconsin teaching yoga, and was just kind of looking for something more. I think we all, if you're someone that's looking to continue to help people, you're always looking to grow, and I was looking to do that. And one night I went to a small little business mixer. I live in a small farming and industrial town. And I started talking with this guy, and I'm trying to pitch him yoga. He's in trucking, and he looks at me and says, do you have anything for truck drivers, like in the cab of their truck? And I'm a pretty funny person at times. And I throw up my hands and I'm like, mother trucker yoga. Just get a rise out of this guy. Like everyone is twice my age at this mixer, except for this dude and me. So he sticks out his hand and he's like, that's brilliant. We should go into business. And 4 months later, we built Mother Trucker Yoga. It's a membership platform. We have corporate offerings, and built a full website and launched it in 2018 at Matt's. And a year ago, I bought him out of the business. And 6 months ago, I released our pain relief cream, Stiff Mother Trucker. So it's been a ride, but I love drivers. I absolutely love working with truck drivers, which sometimes people are shocked about. But they're some of the best people on the planet.
That is awesome. So tell us about the Stiff Mother Trucker cream. Exactly what is it? What can it be used for? And is it true that it was developed because of injuries trying to do downward dog in the cab of a truck?
Well, if that's the storyline you like, that is totally fine.
That's what I'm going with.
From a yoga background, I was always using everybody else's pain relief cream. And they were either a chemical, infusion in a tube, or they didn't do much of anything, or they were too greasy, or they weren't doing what I wanted it to do. And that was always on my bucket list. I'm like, one day I'm going to make my own pain relief cream. And an opportunity presented itself about a year ago. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I was able to work with a really awesome manufacturer and formulator out of Arizona. And we did about 10 runs of it and finally came up with the Stiff Mother Trucker formula. And what makes ours really, really special, if you know anything about pain relief cream, is most pain relief creams on the market only have 1 or 2 active ingredients, and they're usually menthol. That's the smell that you get, or it's like, oh, that feels good, but then it kind of goes away. Ours has 6. And so we really try to focus a lot on blood flow and inflammation and kind of that deep penetration. And obviously you can tell by my business name, I have a sense of humor. So Stiff Mother Trucker, people get a rise out of it, a laugh out of it, and it actually helps you.
Deep penetrating cream.
Yeah, exactly. And however you use it is totally up to you. But I highly suggest.
What other uses would someone have for that?
You're not used as a cereal topping.
You gotta laugh, okay? Your business is Mother Trucker Yoga. You gotta laugh.
I'm with you. So you have to have a sense of humor. But let's be honest. Let's be real here, right? I follow a lot of truckers on Twitter. Yeah. I talk to a lot of truckers. If I said to them, hey, you start doing some yoga, they would be like, get your socialist liberal agenda out of here. I'm not doing any yoga. A lot of them are like, guys, how do you convince them? Like the 85 Bears. Remember they got them to do ballet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So how do you get the 85 Bears at trucking to start doing yoga? So these guys are like, all right, maybe it's it's all right.
Next you're going to want me to watch soccer.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, here's the whole approach is that coming from a yoga background, I feel like yoga is completely taken out of context. And the majority of people practicing yoga, they're so focused on, fancy poses and, yoga leggings and all that stuff. My whole approach to Mother Trucker Yoga with truck drivers is small, simple changes. So if you're in your driver's seat and your back starts hurting, what do the majority of drivers do? ow, my back hurts, ow, my back hurts, ow, my back hurts, and then do nothing. And so my whole approach is, if you're sitting in your driver's seat right now, why don't you just sit up tall and take a deep breath in and just arc your lower back like there's a pin behind you, and just do it as far as you can. And then when you breathe out, round your spine like you're going to tuck your tailbone underneath your body, and you kind of round your back like a C, and just do that a couple times in the driver's seat. This is something that you can safely do while you're driving to reduce that back pain. So when you get out of your truck or your car or your vehicle, wherever you are, we all have experienced that, and you're kind of locked up. It's like, just give me a second so I can become human again. A move like this, it's called pelvic tilting, can help eliminate and reduce that, so you're not throwing your back out. So you're not feeling like you're in pain for the 6+ hours that you're driving at a time, or however long, or stuck in traffic. This is what Mother Trucker Yoga is all about, is these small little things that you can discreetly put into your day that no one will even know that you're doing yoga. So it's moves like this in the driver's seat. It's moves right in the sleeper, a quick little stretch, a quick little thing that you can do right before you go to bed. Even things that you can do while you're filling up with fuel, and no one will even know what you're doing, but you'll know what you're doing, and you benefit in the long run. So that's really what we're all about.
It's and it works while you're hosting a show like this as well. We were just
posture shape.
We were following you, and I feel better, and I'm actually taller. Look, my head doesn't fit in the screen anymore. But
you gotta shrink down again, right?
I got to shrink back down again. But so getting people interested, convincing them to do it, right, is one thing. The initial getting them to go, keeping it going and growing. You need to develop some sort of community as well. Are you doing that? Are you developing some type of community around this to keep people interested and develop it?
Absolutely. So we have a couple of Facebook groups that I do a lot in. We just ran a water drinking challenge for January. That we had some truck drivers that they couldn't even remember the last bottle of water that they drank. We had some goals set up with them, and some strategies on how to get your water in without needing to take so many bathroom breaks, which is always a concern for drivers. Yeah, drink up right now. And some resources that they can utilize. Exactly. So these are some of the things that we're doing. And then we also have our online membership site that truck drivers can join in. We have companies that can sign on, and they can utilize our video platform. We have audios, we have meditations, we have downloads, all sorts of fun stuff for truck drivers to utilize. Because one of the things I've recognized is everybody else is still slapping workout programs on people, not just truck drivers, but I think our culture in general, it's like, oh, I'm going to work out for 5 days. I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm never going to eat anything with sugar. And that lasts like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 days if they're lucky. And then instead of saying, I'm going to do maybe one small thing, they just completely throw it out the window. So the whole approach with Mother Trucker Yoga is, how about we just start with one bottle of water? I'm not going to tell you you should never drink soda again, but how about one bottle of water to just swap out one bottle of soda? How about just 5 minutes of you walking outside around your truck while you're waiting to load or unload? Like, these may not seem like big things, but when you add these all up at the end of the day, that could be 20 minutes of extra movement that you've gotten in. That could be the difference between having a major immune system issue or a digestive issue or whatever it is, because you're drinking water now versus not. And by building these small, simple changes, we call it just a foundation, you're going to be able to have your health for the rest of your life. When I hear a lot from drivers and just people outside the trucking community, it's like, well, once I retire, I'm going to take care of my health. Well, honey, sir, you may not be able to retire if you keep living the way that you're living. And there's such a stigma around trucking that it's like, oh, truck drivers aren't healthy. And I just don't believe that to be true. I've met hundreds of truck drivers that are proving the industry wrong, that health does matter. And to the trucking company owners out there, I mean, I've had a challenge, I'm not going to lie. A lot of companies like, yeah, I care about health. And I'm like, okay, show me your wellness program. Oh, we don't have one. Well, you have someone with a title called wellness coordinator. So what are they coordinating? And so part of my job, I feel like, is to call these people out and say, okay, you want to support truck driver health, but you don't want to do anything about it. So I want to do something about it, because everyone deserves to be healthy.
Well, and community is such a big thing too, and I'm glad you brought it up, because her just talking about like doing the stretching, both of you and I are just stretching in the chair. It's like that power of suggestion. I'm sure, guys in the comments, did you start stretching in your chairs? You mentioned water. I mean, like without even thinking, I'm grabbing my water, and I'm starting to drink it. I tend to drink a lot of water as is. I'll drink like 4 or 5 of these a day. That's kind of like all I drink is water. So that's some iced tea. Maybe
and
a
that's
tab.
the interesting thing is when I made the switch, and it was years ago that I started doing what you said, one water.
Yeah.
I crave water. I can't stand soda anymore.
It's the best energy drink on the market.
I
is
love
water.
it.
That's what Big Energy doesn't want to tell you. Right?
That's right.
That's what the
Absolutely.
Flute Tog at Red Bull, they won't tell you if you go to the Flute Tog. They won't be like, just drink water. They won't say that.
Oh, no.
They won't tell you that.
There's no
But
just
it's true,
water
kid.
TV or sports.
It's true, kids. Hope, we're almost out of time. Where do we send people to start doing this yoga and get involved in your programs?
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook, Mother Trucker Yoga. I do a Wellness Wednesday and a Fitness Friday Facebook Live every week. So you can check me out and just be like, what is this chick up to? So you can check us out on Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram on Mother Trucker Yoga. And that's usually where I hang out the most. But you can hop over to our website. If you're like, I'm going to check out the Stiff Mother Trucker stuff or just what we're up to, you can just hop over to our website at mothertruckeryoga.com.
Oh, before you go, has anyone ever gotten stuck in the truck while doing any of your yoga poses?
Nobody has actually told me that they have. Whether or not it's happened, I'm not sure. But so far, we have nothing but happy truck drivers, and that I pride myself on.
Okay.
I mean, they're not doing like happy trees and tables and stuff like that, are they?
Speak for yourself. I've been known to plank in a truck or two.
I will stay out of your personal business, dude.
Hey, once again, thank you again for joining us on the show. We appreciate it.